But are you okay with the? I guess you are, because you're okay with Pepsi, which means you're okay with Coke.
I don't think he's okay with Pepsi. I think in the
I'm an easygoing guy in many respects.
Not
I feel
except
like
the Pepsi products.
This is why you're okay with Del Taco.
I want to put it out there. I want to put it out there.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm okay with like everything. Everyone on this podcast has gone to say something like it's f***ing disgusting or like about some random fast food chain. It's like it's not actually It's
I just
all
gotten
fine.
sick. That's the main reason.
It's
I don't
all
want to go
fine.
back.
Even I've gotten sick off of food that I'll be like, I'm sure it's otherwise fine. I had a bad encounter.
If Pepsi said we're going to sponsor this podcast, I'd say I'm leaving this podcast. I'd rather not.
100%.
Even if it's millions of dollars.
Then get behind this product, dude.
I'd be all right to shill Pepsi. I won't shill Starry.
Oh, okay,
dude.
Starry the drink.
Let's get Shasta.
Shasta. What the hell else is Starry?
There's an internet service called Starry. So I was like, whoa, okay, very specific.
That's a very weird like pivot or change in topic.
Pornhub will sponsor us.
I'm down for Pornhub sponsoring us.
No, I just don't respect Starry. I have no respect for Starry.
We respect Mr. Pibb in this household, but not Starry.
Well, at least Pibb has some consistency, some legacy at this point, anyway. Starry was just a complete wholesale replacement of Sierra Mist.
Mr. Pibb, fine. Dr. Thunder, fine. Starry, no.
Dr. Thunder's always been Dr. Thunder. Starry just came out of fucking nowhere. Who are you?
It's true. Sierra Mist was embarrassed of their names. They're like, we're Starry now. That's us.
They're trying.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
no
Star Trek question. Just Star Trek related.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have synthahol, right?
Yes.
Yep.
You'd get drunk, and how fast do you sober up, more or less?
Yeah, in like 5 to 10 minutes, you sober up.
Okay.
Wait.
Do they have synthahol cocaine?
One assumes.
Can you order anything from the replicator?
You would hope.
Not anything. You can't order anything.
You can't order like heroin, like black tar heroin, 1983. And
then they report you. I'm sure.
Like you can't make weapons in the.
No, but what about heroin?
I don't know. I assume that's on a ban list.
Mushrooms?
I also assume that's on a ban list.
What if it's synth mushrooms? You
maybe that
psilocybin.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Psilocybin. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, they'll do that.
Okay.
Syntha whatever is all permitted.
Do you think anybody in the crew,
synthamphetamine,
not even in the crew, you think anybody on the ship that's civilians, you think any of them are making Pruno? Prison wine?
I don't know what that.
Like prison wine? Like to have the real shit?
Not too long ago, I saw I think it was probably some TikTok or reel of a guy whose account is just based on making prison food. And he demonstrates how prison stuff is made. Pruno was among them.
Like bean and cheese burritos, and then you're like, this has no beans or cheese. I've seen that guy.
Oh no!
Is it like squishy bread and like?
Well, no, it's like things you could buy at the commissary. So it's like a tortilla, but it's like not heated because they don't have like hot plates in the cells. So like it's like you get a tortilla and then you put like Taco Bell sauce, which they have, and like you do this and that, and then it's like, well, that's not a bean and cheese burrito. You just made like a Cheeto burrito.
They're trying their best.
And if you want to make like your wine or whatever, they're like mixing together like jelly from the commissary with a bunch of random bullshit and then fermenting it in the toilet. And
oh my god,
ew, no way.
That's prison. They got to work with what they got.
Yeah. Many things are made in toilets in prisons.
They just don't shit in that toilet. You have to go to your
toilets are a culinary instrument in many prisons. Yes, for sure.
Yep.
Even the Powerpuff Girls knew this when they.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But do you didn't answer my question? Do you think somebody on the Enterprise, some crew member, some civilian, is making prison wine?
Well, prison wine is
making it. Maybe not,
because they make it because they have no options, but we have tons of options.
But
I mean, it would just be an archaeological curiosity.
Synthahol.
No, I want the real thing. Like, when Deanna wants the real fucking Sunday.
The thing is, if you wanted to make the real thing, they can just make it. Like, remember when the Irish people showed up on the ship? They just made their own stills and they just started making wine.
You think somebody's a still?
If you can synthesize all of the ingredients to make your own alcohol.
Yeah, they allowed you to make
legal?
stills.
They allowed you to do
Wesley was allowed to fuck with the warp drive on the Enterprise. If he's allowed to do that, people are allowed to make like stills of anything.
Yeah,
so I can plant a poppy field. somewhere in the arboretum.
Just go in the arboretum. This
Why
is
not?
my poppy
Say it's for
corner.
muffins.
Okay.
You're like, damn it. He's like, Tim blew up his quarters again. He's trying to make a meth lab again.
What, you fine. Think
you're saying it's the 24th century and you haven't come up with a drug test that doesn't give false positive for poppy seed muffins anymore?
No, they still do.
That's true.
Wait, they still haven't solved that shit?
No, it's still a problem. Like
No.
Picard
Jesus Christ.
Don't eat poppy seed muffins, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want to test positive for opioids.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
In the future, they wouldn't care anymore. They'd just be like, yeah, he's got a meth problem, but he's still the chief engineer. It's fine.
Does that ever come up? But does that ever come up in Star Trek? Is there ever episodes, like, do they talk about drug abuse?
Sarah, they won't
addiction?
talk about the doctor being a serial killer. You think they're going to talk about drug abuse?
They did. Remember,
the doctor is a serial killer.
There was the
we
old
had a very special conversation.
Yeah.
Sarah wasn't there. Was the drug abuse?
Sarah wasn't there for that
with
season.
Wesley. I guess, yeah.
Wesley asked Worf, like, why would people do this? And it's like,
Tasha's like,
Dewey,
Wesley,
you
drugs
don't want
feel
any
really
of this,
good,
dude.
though.
It's the best drug ever. He's like, but surely it's got to be addicting, this weed thing. It's not addicting. Well, it's got to be probably the most expensive drug in the world. It's the cheapest drug there is.
Yeah.
No, Wesley, you don't want any of this. Get out of here.
They addressed it before? Like Wesley was addicted to something? Or
No. There was like
a planet that was jonesing all the time and in like an economic, kind of almost enslaved economically because they were dependent on a medication that another planet produced.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. It was basically a metaphor for like rich like drug dealers like pushing onto communities, and Wesley was like, why would anyone want to do drugs? It's crazy.
That's someone who's never done drugs.
And Tasha was like, you haven't tried drugs, Wesley.
And Tasha comes from a bad planet, so she was like, man, where I'm from, people were doing drugs left and right. It was great.
It's called Planet Earth. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I have an addictive personality, so I have to be careful.
Hey, man, know yourself.
I know myself. Yeah. I had oxys once, and I would do that for sure.
Hey, we're wasting way too much time here. I gotta get back to Zelda.
Boy.
I'm about to hear the intro now.
You bought Zelda?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I did.
Is it true that you could light a giant stick on fire?
Yeah, you can do that in the old Zelda too.
Well, first you have to make a giant stick, then you can make it shoot fire.
Nice.
It's true. Although I have not beaten Breath of the Wild yet.
Okay, yeah, and I could laugh at him here in front of everyone, but actually the truth is that I did not beat Breath of the Wild until just this past weekend.
Yeah,
because Tears of the Kingdom finally came out, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm finally going to see the credits because I had done pretty much everything of note up till then.
Oh.
I was trying to mute myself so I can cough, and I was raising my hand. Sorry.
Yeah. I was like, okay, Ricardo.
Yeah. Sarah's like, okay, we hear you. You want to fucking talk? Calm down.
Got it.
But Sarah's right. We are back. Sorry,
we're back, and we're tanned. Marvin's all freshly tanned, and
they can't see him, Sarah. They can't see him. You gotta describe this color.
I'll color grade my.
We were on break for so long. A new Zelda came out.
Yeah, we were on break for a really long time, but you know what?
A long time. It was like 3 weeks.
Hey, man. People out there,
we're relaxed.
They were actually asking where we were.
Yeah.
They were getting angry. Feels nice to be wanted sometimes.
It does feel nice to be missed, but we are relaxed and refreshed.
We're done basking in it.
Yeah, and now it's back to work.
Yeah, so it's the start of season 5. Wow, this is where some people say TNG starts going downhill, but we'll see.
Oh no!
Wait,
really? Oh god!
What? You gotta get your facts straight, Marvin. First of all, Marvin's like,
honestly,
no.
I'm with Ricardo here.
After the 4th season, it starts getting really good. You said that like the first season, and you're like, no. After the 3rd season, mid series break, then it gets good. And now you're like, now it's downhill. It's like, well, when did we get to the peak? When was it good? When was it good?
Did we miss the peak?
Everyone considers fourth season
I guess the show is never good, guys.
Marvin's as good as it's gonna get.
Marvin's a goddamn MAGA fucking of Star Trek. He's like, make Star Trek great again. And you're like, well, when was it great? When was it great, dude?
Oh God.
Mystica.
Oh no.
Make
so
Star Trek
we've already peaked?
I think we've peaked.
Although personally, I think Star Trek really peaks in Deep Space Nine in general. I think Deep Space.
Oh boy, we're gonna get a bunch of hate mail, dude.
A lot of people don't agree with
that.
me.
Might actually be an insightful statement, because who knows if that's coloring what you've said in the past about, hey, just wait. Good Star Trek's coming, guys. What if there is no good Star Trek left in this show?
But I also said personally. So I personally think Deep Space Nine is peak Star Trek. But
all right. Okay. Well, I will say this. I know there are a couple of things that I've heard quoted forever and ever that I still haven't heard in show. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming there's still some good stuff left.
One of them is the next episode.
One of them is Riker saying, "I'll have what she's having."
Yes, that iconic line.
Yeah,
that only he ever said.
That one time, that time he cameoed in that one movie, just in the deli.
Yeah, in First Contact. I think this is in First Contact.
It was in First Contact when Picard and Vosh was having that scene in the deli. And Vosh was eating the sandwich,
and he was like, "Oh, I'll thank you in advance for giving whatever she's having."
Now you're mixing two things together, one of which no one else knows what we're talking about.
Anybody who thanks you for something before they ask you what it is a piece of shit, dude. He's a piece of shit, dude.
I agree with that.
Right? If anybody goes, I'll thank you in advance for blah, blah, blah,
thank
blah,
you
blah.
in advance for...
Yeah, they're a piece of shit, dude.
I hate when people do that. When they say thanks in advance, it's like, fuck you. Like, you're assuming I'm going to even do this for you.
If you have somebody in your life and they do that and they're a piece of shit, send us mail. Let us know that I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm willing to accept that mid agreement.
Yeah,
if I've just agreed to what you're asking me and you say thanks in advance because I haven't actually done it yet, that's fine.
Yeah.
What if they include it in the request?
No.
Like, if they include it in the request, that's bullshit.
I like Dan. So if I go, hey Dan, will you take me to the airport? And he's like, oh, definitely. When? And I say, dude, it's tomorrow. Thanks in advance. Then that's fine. Because he agreed to it.
Yeah. We're all agreeing.
Yeah.
Right.
But if somebody goes, hey Dan, I'll thank you in advance for taking me to the airport tomorrow. That's a piece of shit, dude.
Or they say, hey Dan, take me to the airport tomorrow at 5 p.m. Thanks in advance.
Oh, that's the way you put it that way.
That's worse.
That's bad.
Yeah, when it's just a command and then a thanks. That's some bullshit.
And then guess what? Dan's gonna show up at 4 p.m. and pick me up.
You know what's also absolute bullshit? When someone just starts talking to you, asking you to do something, and then at like midway through, or maybe even at the end of what they've said, oh, good morning, by the way.
I hate that. That's horrible too.
Oh, by the way, how are you? Sorry.
How are you?
I don't give a shit whether or not you say it, but if you throw it in half-ass like that, it annoys me.
Everyone does that at work.
Morning.
Everyone does that at work. Like on Mondays, everyone, when somebody wants something, they'll do that. Like, oh, good morning, happy Monday. And I hate it because I hate Mondays and I just hate people in general. But I do this. If I need something from somebody and I know that they're a happy Monday type of person, I'll go like this. Ugh, Monday again. Anyway, would you help me out with this? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I'm like, no, because 2 weeks ago you sent me a happy Monday.
You said happy Monday.
Yeah, and I hate
love
Mondays.
You
love Mondays. You freaking interloper.
I don't
like when people
and then you
ask
demand
me,
lasagna for lunch.
Yeah.
I don't like when people ask me like, oh, like how was your weekend? What did you do like on a Monday? And I'm like, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what? Currently, my working schedule keeps me from ever working on a Monday.
Yeah,
for the most
by
part.
Tuesday,
That's
everyone
good.
forgets.
You're skipping
like,
it.
I don't want to talk
People
about
don't ask
the weekend,
me that question
you know?
anymore, which is great. But sometimes I slip and ask out of habit and courtesy to someone else how their weekend was on a Tuesday, and that's some bullshit. Don't do that.
That's POS activity, dude. Piece of shit.
I know.
Yeah, Dan, don't ask people about their weekend. I don't do it. I don't ask how your weekend was. What'd you do?
Don't ask, don't tell.
Do you think Riker's asking Data how was your fucking weekend, dude? No, he's like,
no,
that's your business, dude.
We have a
That was with the harp
don't
ladies.
tell policy about the weekend.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude.
I'm not going to get into it with you. I wish it was the weekend right now. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of the weekend, do you think in the future, let's speculate a little bit. In order to get to from where we are, if we get from here where we are as a society, as a piece of shit society we are right now in the current shit timeline,
correct,
to Star Trek, say 100, 200 years in the future, right? Where we're actually doing space exploration, going at, warp speed. Do you think, since we've kind of all agreed that there has to be some sort of universal, like basic income, right? Like, because no one has to work.
Yeah.
You get what you have what you need.
Closer examinations of Star Trek have sort of revealed there has to be something like that, or everyone is just given housing and.
Well, there's no one housed. Like, inequality financially doesn't seem to exist.
Well, in the Federation, not outside of the Federation.
Yes, it's a Federation thing where everyone's fine. Yeah.
So now, because it seems like someone becomes part of the Federation and they agree, like, hey, we're going to give you replicators, and then you'll just have free food and water, and like you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. So, do you think that we're still on the whole weekend system where people are like off on the weekends, or is every day weekend?
I think there's large portions of society that just don't work at all.
So it doesn't matter. Like, no one's like, oof, can't wait for the weekend.
No.
Like, they're like, no,
they don't talk about the weekends or
there are no weekends. So like, I think if you're a working person, you kind of just work whenever you want, how you want.
Yeah.
And unless you're in like Starfleet, which is like a military organization where they've never really had weekends.
Well, then how does it work for like Picard and?
Well, they have leave.
Starfleet.
They have leave.
That's Starfleet. They have shore leave.
It's like the military. The military sometimes doesn't have
you just work every day?
Yeah, the military, if you're on the job, you're always on the job until you get shore leave. That's kind of how it works.
Oh, okay.
So, but like, I think like regular jobs, a lot of them just don't exist anymore. So I think a lot of people are just chilling.
Like Guinan, she's the bar.
Yeah, like
person.
Hollywood writers.
Exactly.
That's what they're doing. They're just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, does Guinan have...
Why write anymore? Just join Starfleet. Or the Federation, I mean.
Have weekends? Or who else is a normal worker?
Well, Guinan seems to work whenever she wants to.
The Federation has to be a union thing. Has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like probably to some extent they have some things like that.
I don't know if I want to live. I mean, are we okay with no weekends? Does that mean
I'm okay.
Are we working more, less?
No, Sarah, we don't have to work. We don't have to work at all.
Oh, okay.
We could do most people
as long as you're not
day
on the crew of a starship, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're focusing on like people who have exceptional jobs in this future.
But then if you're not working, what do you do? No, I'm kidding.
Just live your life.
You do you. You do you. Here's the thing is that they've cured everything in the future except diabetes.
Yeah, except
just type 2. Type 1 is cured. Type 2, and we have no idea what to do.
So there shouldn't be, and then like weight too. Like there shouldn't be any chunky people in the future. Like you should be able to just
suck it out,
zap the weight off or something like that.
Like right? like Sonic Showers, like ba-da-ba-bam. They just crank up the volume, ba-da-ba-bam-bam-bam, and they're like, forget those cheeseburgers you ate. They're out already.
We vibrated them out of you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think that would be that seems possible.
All right.
Future.
Well,
I would live in that world.
Yeah.
Wait, I just realized we're starting a new season. So there's new listeners. So we should introduce ourselves. I'm Marvin.
Hey, that guy's Marvin.
Yeah, I'm Marvin. Who's everyone else? Go ahead.
Well, he's Marvin.
Yeah, he's not Dan. We know that. We know that. Marvin.
And then who are the rest of you? Hello.
I'm Sarah.
Yeah, she's Sarah.
I think you should be able to tell me apart, hopefully, by my very incredibly high voice that annoys me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to work on lowering it a little bit.
You gotta have a Kathleen Turner voice.
I do?
Darling. I said you should adapt.
Oh, you should. I don't even. I think we've been over this. I have trouble lowering my voice.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't sound like Mickey Rourke. Yeah.
Exactly.
I got my mic.
You're talking about pitch, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dan. That's Dan talking.
Me. Yeah, that's me. I'm Dan.
And he's played by Common.
I love it.
And I'm Ricardo. If you're a new listener, hey, if you're a new listener, I like to say this. I understand there's a lot of podcasts in the world. A lot of them. A lot of them are good. A lot of them suck. Most of them suck. Let's be honest. even you could even say we suck. It's fine. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just as long as you give us a bad review on iTunes. Because the thing is that a bad review is still good. It's still good metrics. It still gets your blood going. So it doesn't matter. Give us a good review, bad review. Be honest. I hate podcasts when I'm listening to podcasts and they're like, and give us a review, a 5-star review. It's like, no. Why are you going to have people lie? What if they're like, I like this podcast most of the time, but then they start talking about cocaine. And that's when they lose me because I hate cocaine. I love heroin, but I hate cocaine. Yeah. I lost my first husband in the 80s to cocaine. And I get it, dude. So be truthful. Don't give us 5 stars. Give us, if you think we only deserve half a star, give us half a star. 0 stars, we'll take it. We don't give a fuck. But look, there's a lot of podcasts. If you're easily offended, this isn't for you. It's fine. It's okay. We don't all have to love everything. It's cool. I hate chocolate cake.
Oh my!
I hate the Muppets. I hate Sarah. You wore Sesame Street.
Hates everything in wholesome and happy in this world.
And I wanted to comment. I hate Big Bird. But I'm like, I can't be negative. It'll be cool, Ricardo.
I'm not reacting on purpose to keep us from going on another 5-minute tangent.
Yeah.
Fuck your shirt. You know what? Yeah, I get it. I get it.
And so if this isn't for you, it's totally okay, dude. You don't have to waste your time just listening to the whole thing. If you don't hate us halfway through, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe it's for
We're only telling you this 20 minutes in.
Yeah. If you're a listener like Jackie or Steve or Tom from Canada or Ricky, guys, you guys have been keeping it cool, buying those damn extra wallets and getting your VPNs. Thank you for your support. We really value the emails you send. Even the bad ones. Yeah. Hey, we value those shits too, dude. You took the time to write a hate email and that took like 30 minutes out of your day, probably. We value that too. Hell, you were thinking of us, even though you hate us. We'll take it. And for all the positive stuff, thank you for listening. And we really appreciate you. It's 5 seasons in. We're still talking shit, not remembering names. Well, at least I am. It's
been fun. And we are happy that you're here to join us on the ride of Star Trek.
Look.
20% of the time.
I want to say something.
If you're listening because you want some redemption.
Wait, Marvin.
Here's part 2.
Something's going to happen in this podcast. Someone's going to read something that I didn't read. They're not going to talk about dick skin wallets, and that's okay. I have to be okay with that. I have to understand that. And again, thank you. If you've been buying VPNs and those wallets,
just generally VPNs.
Save it for the sponsors.
Yeah. No. I just want to say thanks for actually like we actually use that stuff ourselves, and we appreciate you supporting the podcast by buying that shit. So thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Season 5 begins with a part 2 episode of Redemption.
Yeah, it's a musical episode.
Just like our last part 2 episode, this is written after the fact, which is kind of why it is the way it is. But hey, let's see what happened since we last saw Star Trek, because now it's September 23rd of 1991. Dan, what happened? What happened around that time? Can you tell us?
All right, set your alarm for about 40 minutes from now when we finally get to the episode. Because our trip around the sun's kind of a long one, because as is customary with every season beginning, we have an entire summer of things to catch up through.
Oh my God, summer.
I'm sorry, everyone. Starting off, I'll preface by saying this. This is not all necessarily in chronological order. It just happened over the summer because, not every, whatever. Let's get going. Notable music. It was the summer of Summertime by Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. And later on, we'd also see Metallica release their single Enter Sandman, as well as their Black Album, also named Metallica.
Damn.
And by September...
This is... You know what, man? I want to say this. This is the beginning of the end for the 80s and 90s.
It's 91.
Okay, look, I've been high on cocaine all the 80s, so I'm getting into the 90s. Dude, Metallica, I love Metallica, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to be a realist. Too. This is where they started sucking. After this album, this was their last good album.
Oh,
dang.
I'm gonna say
all right.
But I still listen to the other albums, but this was the last good album.
Okay.
Send me the hate mail. Go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
Still a rad logo, though. Finally, by September, we would hear the very first song from the hit film Pan, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh, nice. I love that song in that movie.
Please
so
watch that scene. It's
so good.
I'm surprised it hasn't killed more careers.
I'm surprised it hasn't become a viral internet sensation. Like, everyone needs to know that this exists. Go look up the movie Pan or a scene, a clip from the movie Pan. They went through so many
steps, and no one was saying we shouldn't do this scene.
It was, you know what? I actually looked into it. It actually was a fix because they said the normal pirate songs weren't really coming together. We need something else.
I know. This was a reshoot.
I'm sure whatever they had prior was better.
Not a problem.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
All right.
I've been listening to a lot of Smells Like Teen Spirit lately.
Sorry. Moving on. Mike Tyson watch. In July, he met up with some Miss Black America contestants and was eventually indicted on a sexual assault charge by September.
No. God damn it.
God damn it, Mike Tyson. All right, moving on. Also happening in July, Jeffrey Dahmer, designer of my glasses, confesses to killing 17 men in 1978.
All right.
All right.
Moving on. This was also the summer when Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, was arrested for exposing himself at an adult movie theater. Even though it's an adult movie theater.
I know.
What else are you doing?
What are you supposed to do in there then? Are you not supposed to? You're just supposed to watch.
It's so blown out of
proportion.
Eat popcorn. Like I get it. I get that he's a children's TV star or whatever.
But this was his personal time, right?
It's so blown out of proportion. It's crazy how it ruined his career entirely.
But are you not supposed to? What are you supposed to do?
Technically, you're not supposed to jack off in the theater. But
so what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to just enjoy the women and just
enjoy?
Yeah, just try your hardest to memorize everything you're seeing for later.
Okay. Good to know.
It's great for photographic memory, people.
This is before the internet, right? Like you have to go to a theater.
If you didn't have printed material, you know.
Okay. So I get maybe why this was a thing then.
But here's the thing. Yeah. This was mid, the movies had come out already, right?
Yeah.
So why not just buy a projector and watch them at home?
Maybe he enjoyed the thrill of public.
I'm sure some VHS porn was around at the time. Mm-hmm. But, it's fine. It's fine.
Some people just like it in public.
Paul Rubens has been humiliated enough for being horny one time.
Yeah.
Moving on to the realm of movies.
Paul Rubens.
Rest in peace, yes.
Well, Pee-wee, that's when Pee-wee died,
It's true.
And Paul Rubens
he had
born.
quite the comeback. Remember the Netflix movie came out and, people they liked him again. So
yeah, he's had he had his resurgence. I think the surge is over.
For jacking off once.
When society as a whole got more degenerate than that one act.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's kind of what happened, really. They were we've all done worse at this point. Yeah.
Well, look at Hugh Grant. Look at Eddie Murphy. Look at what was their crime? Hugh Grant, he just picked up a trans person. That's all he did.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Hugh Grant? He did that?
I think. Was it Hugh Grant that did that? Allegedly.
I don't remember enough about these individual incidents to go into
I think it was Hugh Grant
picking
a prostitute. Yeah.
No way. For real?
I believe so.
Yeah. That does sound familiar though. But again, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Movies. Summer box office was topped by these movies in this order: The Naked Gun 2.5. Or 2.5. The Smell of Fear. Terminator 2, Judgment Day for pretty much all of July. And then it was overtaken by Hot Shots for pretty much all of August. And then Dead Again, a romantic thriller, which mostly forgotten, that took early September. And then finally, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, was topped by the time the episode aired.
Yes, definitely The Final Nightmare.
Right, and then it was the end for a little bit. There was a drought of Freddy movies after that.
It lived up to its title. The lady at the end goes, "Everybody, Freddy's dead."
So was New Nightmare after this?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes.
I think because I watched all of them just maybe a year or two ago. Mm-hmm. One and A New Nightmare make a really good double feature.
Oh, interesting.
I saw it at the New Beverly as a double feature.
Oh, nice. That is an interesting double feature because show them up coming up twice. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Other notable releases in the summer included The Rocketeer, Suburban Commando, Boys in the Hood, Point Break, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey,
Point Break.
Barton Fink, and Child's Play 3.
Wow. Well, this is a bad summer for celebrities, but a great summer for movies. So
yeah, it was a lot of recognizable names and titles there.
That's some pretty
Suburban Commando.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Antifreeze.
I was frozen today.
When is he never great in a movie? You know,
never. Fucking never. Christopher Lloyd's amazing.
He's always amazing.
No one shall slander Christopher Lloyd in this house. All right, video games. And I'll end off with video games. The original Sonic the Hedgehog released on June 23rd, almost 2 whole years after the Genesis launch in North America. Isn't that weird?
Nice. Oh, that makes sense.
2 whole years before we ever saw Sonic.
Their strategy was really weird at the time, Sega's.
Right. I think it's just that everyone kind of nowadays thinks of Sonic as Sega's mascot, especially of the 16-bit era, to compete with Mario. And so it's it wasn't a launch title. I think a lot of people get surprised by that. Then we also saw the release of Battletoads on Nintendo, Duke Nukem, the very first one on MS-DOS, Final Fantasy IV in Japan, which later released in November in the US as Final Fantasy II, and Streets of Rage the First.
Nice.
And then on August 23rd, Nintendo got even cockier and released the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in North America. Super Mario World is the back-end title, with F-Zero, SimCity, Gradius 3, and Pilot Wings at launch.
That's when they started their domination.
Right. 16-bit era was a really nice era for gaming. Wow. But actually, this year is shaping up to be pretty good for gaming, too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's years where you're wow, this is a good year for gaming. Look at all the stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot of good stuff in. There's a lot of good action in this year.
Why is it a good year for gaming? Why is it a good year? What's out?
Oh, in this year?
Yeah.
The new Zelda, you got your Dredge, you got your Hi-Fi Rush, you got your
Street Fighter 6 is coming out.
Street Fighter 6 is coming. I personally loved it, even though it was so riddled with problems. Oh wait, no, that was 2022. Never mind. Pokemon, the last Pokemon, that was a November release, so I can't count that.
Nice.
But there's stuff. There's stuff.
Yeah, that's stuff. Just like how there is stuff with our sponsor, Extra.
I'm going to step away for a bit.
Well, Extra specifically asked us to talk about their new Father's Day deals. Because, hey, Father's Day is coming up.
It is coming up.
It is.
We just passed Mama's Day. Now it's Papa's Day.
Papa Day coming up in June. So this is the copy they wanted me to read out very specifically. So save up to 40% off Extra's best sellers with their Father's Day bundle with code NEWBIE, NEWBIE, when you check out, or just use the URL shop.extra.com/newbie. So that's pretty much we're clear now. So we've said it.
Get your dad Dick Skin wallet. Get him hot while you can.
They only stay hot for so long.
Do you want them hot or cold? You probably want them
depends on your mood. It's like hot or cold sake, you know?
Depends,
sometimes you want cold sake, sometimes you want hot sake.
It's really the taste, dude. It's really
I mean, it's also
seasoned.
It's really depending on the country you're in. Certain countries,
depends on the weather.
Warm. Certain countries cold.
Yeah, they do serve it warm in the UK.
Yeah, and Russia fucking cold. We like our wallets cold. Dick Skin is on the best cold.
Yeah.
You know, I will say,
yeah,
with that little snap to it.
Yeah,
this weekend, Sarah, some family, and I, we went to Catalina.
Well, we do have a personal story. Yes,
I jumped in the water and I forgot that my phone.
Save somebody?
No, just for fun. And I forgot
wait,
that.
Hold on, no, you can't just go like that, dude. Wait, so you, a normal adult man. You went to Catalina and you said, "Oh, good idea." Did you have shorts on?
No, we went swimming. Yeah.
Oh, so you had like swimming trunks on.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, but I forgot I had left my extra wallet and my phone in my swimming shorts, as I went in the water, and I swam for about an hour.
Yep.
Wow.
And then
with the wallet and the phone in the pants.
So you
In
know
the
It's a
what?
long
shorts.
time to not notice the extra weight on you.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
a
dude.
long time. He was too busy feeding fish bread.
Okay, yeah, that's fun. That's fun as hell. I can't blame you.
He was too busy feeding fish that were
And
like
trying to chase a
huge.
baby sea lion that
I mean,
was very close to us.
a sandwich-sized sea lion.
Yeah, it
We
was
saw.
the size of a Subway
then all my
sandwich.
qualms are gone. Those are all good reasons to destroy your phone.
But
But
then
you know what?
he came out of the wall. He came out of the water and was like, "I had my phone and my wallet in my shorts for an hour
you know
while
what?
swimming."
My phone broken, but my extra wallet, the button, everything still works perfectly fine. It doesn't
Nope.
even look like it went in water.
Nope.
It's actually
No,
perfect.
I have a
Nice.
question about your phone. Like, it's just gone.
Oh, it's broken. Yeah, I had to get a new phone.
Really?
Which is
Nice
fine because
job, redacted company.
You know
Well,
what?
it worked
You know
for a
what?
little
You
bit.
No,
it worked. It worked for
Sarah,
about 15
Sarah,
minutes after I got
You know
out.
what would have worked if you had an iPhone? Because those
No.
babies are waterproof until
not
like
true,
3-4
Ricardo.
meters. 3-4 meters, dude.
No, all
Were you-
phones,
were you-
all modern phones
Marvin,
are
Marvin.
IP66 water rated.
Were
and
you
they will
diving?
not last
Were
for
you
an
diving
hour.
for pearls, dude?
I
No,
did
he
go
was
under.
not. He was at the
Okay.
surface.
No, I did go under. A
They
few
would have
times,
survived,
yeah.
dude. It would have survived, dude.
Yeah, if you
And-
had an iPhone.
Also, IP66 ratings for all phones do not account for salt water. Salt water is far more corrosive. So
Okay.
It's true.
That's-
It's true.
Okay. So get yourself a IP69 rated phone, dude. It's the best rating.
but no phone will really survive being in seawater for that long.
69.
No, well, anyway, Extra survived. So if you want,
He does
So you wanna-
not. He does not like your pro iPhone.
No.
He's like, fuck
Listen.
you.
He's
No,
like, yeah, you
honestly,
want
we're not
Androids.
going to turn this podcast into an Apple shill show.
Yeah.
Dan,
You have your line, my line.
When we
for
want to talk about
sponsorships.
fucking Del Taco,
Del
dude.
Taco rules.
See, look, my line for sponsorships. If Apple says they want to sponsor this show, I'm canceling the show. Okay, this show is over.
No way. You would not get an iPhone up for that? Really?
No, fuck that.
Oh, come on, Marvin. What's
Marvin
wrong
will go
with
to
you?
Turkey and pull the servers from ExpressVPN and just be like, no more podcasts. Fuck you guys.
But yeah,
If Steve Jobs' shambling corpse came up to me and offered me a check for $1 billion, I'd take it.
no, I'd be
Oh,
like,
good.
Steve Jobs is alive again. No,
Yeah, first I'd have some questions, but as soon as I can tell that this check is legit, I'm cashing it.
Good. You're a
but all
smart
right.
man, Dan.
Listen,
smart man.
Listen, Father's Day is indeed coming up, so
Papa's Day.
you want to get your dad a waterproof wallet from Extra? It's not really waterproof, but it survived to swim
Apparently.
in the ocean water for quite a while. And it still looks good.
Which one do you
so-
have? Tell me which one you have, though. Which one?
I have
which
the
skin?
Parliament, the blue Parliament.
There you go.
So that's the one I got. But
So it did survive salt water.
Yeah.
it did. Yeah, it
That's awesome.
looks just like the
Waterproof, water resistant.
You know how like leather when it goes in water it gets fucked up. You know, this looks fine actually.
What
I'm
kind of
actually
leather is it? Not
Well, it's
skin
not like
leather,
the
dude.
true-
Dick skin
there's a
leather survives
true-
anything.
Yeah.
There is a
Mhm.
true Italian leather
Stays
version of their
warm, too.
wallets that
Yeah.
I don't think would have survived because real Italian leather I think would.
Yeah, you
Get-
take
get
the
messed up,
temperature
but-
of a dick skin wallet. It's 98.7 degrees.
Mhm.
But yeah, save up to 40% off Extra's best sellers with their Father's Day bundle with code Newbie when you check out, or just use the URL shop.extra.com/newbie.
I'm talking to a lot of you here, dude. Look, I'm going to be honest. It's primarily men that I'm talking to right now because we're all idiots and we're going to forget.
Mm.
Dude, Father's Day is coming up in June. You listen to this like probably, what is it, next week? This is going to be released next week.
Yeah,
Mark?
in a week from now.
So like 2 weeks. It's 2
Except
weeks
for
from
you, archive listener, who
Yeah.
found us months later.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
two-
talking to you.
It's 2 weeks from fucking June. Stop what you're doing.
Go now.
Go on the internet and order him a wallet because that way you'll get here in time. You're gonna fucking forget, dude. You're gonna forget, and you have to end up with a fucking a Target gift card for your dad. He doesn't want that shit. He fucking hates Target. So do it, pretty please. Just buy it now, and you won't forget about it. It will arrive in
Yeah.
time.
And it's
Also-
fucking awesome stuff. It's great
Yeah.
stuff.
One of the nice parts is if your dad's like my dad and is forgetful about where he placed his wallet, you can put a tracker on the wallet, like an air tag.
Yeah.
Like they sell trackers
Mhm.
that are designed to go with these wallets, and you can be like, "Shit, where I leave my wallet?"
Boom.
Just look at your phone. Oh, bam! There it is.
Or
There's
if
my
someone
wallet.
steals your wallet, you can
Yeah.
track them and go
Yeah.
find them and kick their ass if you want.
Yeah.
Or what
Get
if
your
someone
wallet back.
kidnaps your dad? You can track him using the
Yeah.
wallet.
Yeah, exactly. There's so
Liam
many
Neeson's-
uses.
Liam Neeson, I'm talking to you, dude. They kidnap your dad. Boom. You find him. You find him in Tropoya.
Thank God my daughter was wearing an extra wallet.
Thank God there was an extra wallet tracker in there. I mean,
all right, 41 minutes in, we should start talking about Star Trek.
All right. ExpressVPN. Listen,
I misspoke earlier. I should have said 40 minutes in, not 40 minutes from now, because 40 minutes is
ExpressVPN. You know, it's a great VPN. It's one of the fastest VPNs out there, but still also maybe the most secure because it's actually been, probed by governments for data and whatnot. Nobody could find anything because ExpressVPN is telling the truth when they say that they keep no activity logs or connection logs, and it has a kill switch. So if your internet or your whatever disconnects unexpectedly, everything's blocked. Nothing leaks. This ain't no leaky VPN. Also, 3,000 plus servers in 160 locations spanning 94 countries. Works on pretty much every device you can think of. Actually works with streaming services like Netflix. And you can use it up to on 4 devices. And they're increasing their speeds all the time. So if you want to get that ExpressVPN.
4 devices. So technically, look, you can hear from me. Allegedly, I heard if you want to get it one account, you can give the code to your family members. If you have a family of 4, and you each have a code, and you can just jump on different devices with it.
That's what Sarah does. Yeah, Sarah's using my ExpressVPN account right now. So if you want to get that deal, head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek, and if you sign up for 12 months, they give you just 3 whole extra months for free. It's fucking crazy. That's a total savings of 49%. And if you're concerned about whether a VPN is right for you, well, I mean, you should really consider that. But if you're like, maybe I don't want it, remember, 30-day money-back guarantee. So try it out for 30 months, and you're like, hey, I want to raw dog the internet instead.
30 days.
30-day, yes. 30-day money-back guarantee.
Not 30 months.
No, they're not that generous.
Yeah, that's a lot.
They're a 30-day money-back guarantee. So try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, just send that back. So again, expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And now Star Trek. Admiral Sela has something to ask us.
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
Wow, it sounds just like her. Did you get a new cameo?
General Sela Green.
Wait,
did you get a new cameo? Did you get a new cameo?
No, that's it. That's
I can't believe she's on Cameo. That's insane.
Well,
why not? You could find
who isn't on Cameo these days.
People who aren't on Cameo are people who are actively working a lot.
Can we please get what's the actor? Crazy Eyes actor. Is he on Cameo?
Robert O'Reilly.
Teabag?
Oh, is he on fucking Cameo? Because
if Robert O'Reilly is on Cameo, when we start Deep Space Nine, I could ask him to be like,
God, yes, we need him. Oh my God,
you there, Miv?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us what happened in this episode.
But as
Captain Cavok, exactly.
And he'll be like,
Captain
what the fuck?
He'll be like,
tell us what happened in this episode, Poosh.
He probably doesn't even remember those lines.
No,
we have to tell him everything.
There's a part of me that hopes that was his favorite part of playing in Star Trek.
That was the one day they let me do drugs on set.
I will look into it to see if he's on Cameo for sure.
He's like, turns out you can order real cocaine on the Enterprise. Anyway, so the episode I thought it was fun. There was a little time travel, timey-wimey stuff. Everyone explain to me the timey-wimey stuff?
I don't, okay, I'm with you, Ricardo, because I don't understand it. I'm not sure.
Everyone guessed wrong from the last episode when they were trying to figure.
What did we guess?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this explanation, but I am very satisfied with it.
Some people were like, they found her body and revived her and made her evil. Someone said clone, which also potentially Beverly thought it could be a clone, or Deanna thought it could be a clone.
I thought it was the venom juice.
Yeah, you thought it was venom, but it turns out it's because of yesterday's Enterprise, which is fascinating. And apparently Denise Crosby's idea, actually. She was apparently sitting at home thinking about how great yesterday's Enterprise was. And she was like, well, maybe Shooter McGavin and Tasha had a kid, and then
did she pitch it to them?
She did indeed pitch that.
Well, that idea sounds fine, but that's not what we got.
Exactly. So they pitched that to the writers. She pitched that to the writers. The writers liked it, and for some reason, the writers said, "No, we can't make that work. So we're gonna make her basically be raped by a Romulan instead."
That's fucking bullshit, man.
I don't know why.
Because that's more interesting. Her being
the cool fate she had is
what year is
it's
this?
canceled.
What year is this? 91?
This is 91. Yes, 1991.
I was gonna say somebody watched fucking Dance with Wolves, dude.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, she came, and then he married her, and blah blah. It's like a Romulan Dance with Wolves,
except it's completely off screen.
Well, yeah,
that's the thing. That's probably the most disappointing part of the episode to me. There is like a very interesting explanation for why it happened. So the time travel is fully canon. She indeed did go back, did indeed survive, and did exist in the main universe until she was killed.
Yeah, unbeknownst to everyone, and she met a really stupid chump fate in the current timeline too. Damn it!
I hate. Yeah,
wait. So the one that went back in time, it's a multiverse. You're saying?
Yes, a multiverse was inadvertently
She is a remnant
created
of a timeline that is no longer around.
Yes, that's what's going on. Yes.
And
she came from a timeline that got canceled out when she went back and helped.
And it basically cancels out.
But how did that Tasha have a kid and then it joined this multiverse?
This timeline.
Well, no, she survived the battle that apparently everyone on the Enterprise C was going to die on. So there were some survivors. Romulans captured them, one of them being that version's Tasha. That Tasha was then basically forcibly married to a Romulan and then forced to conceive a child. So,
but how did that child get in this timeline?
No, because that's in this timeline. It's not in the other timeline. That all happens in this timeline.
Right. So ostensibly, from the very beginning, Tasha was always there. Future Tasha was always there.
So that's why there's no transfer.
When she came back, why didn't she tell anybody?
Because she was captured by Romulans and had no way to contact anyone.
What are you talking about, dude?
When she got sent back in time, she went straight into a battle where she was captured.
Yes.
Okay.
So in this version of our world, of the Star Trek world, the Enterprise C was involved in a battle where everyone supposedly died. And if they didn't have that battle, the Klingon Federation alliance would never have come to be, right?
Yeah.
So Tasha from the alternate timeline decided to go back with this Enterprise C to make sure that they will indeed keep the alliance, make sure it happens, right?
Yeah.
Tasha joins that timeline, our timeline. This is the alternate. So I'll call her Alt Tasha. Alt Tasha joins our timeline directly into this fight the Enterprise C is on.
Mm-hmm.
The Enterprise C loses the battle as planned, but unbeknownst to the other people in the main timeline, there are survivors, including her. Alt Tasha is captured. Romulan general or whatever likes her, forcibly marries her, forces her to have a child.
So at one point there was two Tashas in this timeline.
Yes, there were two Tashas in this timeline.
That's what.
At that point, you would have had a young Tasha and a alt Tasha who is older at the same time.
So weird. This is wild. I feel like we're trying way too hard to understand this.
So the thing I hate about this,
which makes it complicated for me.
No. Actually, once you explain that, because I didn't know where. So I just need to know where the both of them were, but now you explained it. The one from the past came through to here, and there was two versions here.
Yeah.
At one point.
But the thing I hate about this version is that it sort of erases everything that made the ending of yesterday's Enterprise special.
Yeah.
Where it gives her death meaning.
She didn't sacrifice.
Yeah, it turns out she didn't die. Her death still had no meaning in this world because
or what little meaning it has is now we have a little Romulan running around that looks exactly like her, but with very little like consequence or ramification to it.
Yeah, now it's just, hey, Admiral Sayla's here. And even in the episode, Picard goes out of his way to say, well, this changes nothing about my plans.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's all this interesting stuff that amounts to so little that's kind of like, I want something more out of this.
And that's the general problem with the episode. There's a lot of interesting little subplots here and there.
It doesn't pay off.
That go nowhere. Yes. Yeah. It's too many ideas in one episode,
also,
actually.
like, how is that her daughter, like, you know... Like, no one comes out looking exactly like their mom.
It's just an excuse for Denise
like an old
TV
thing.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one's like, you know, there's similarities, but you're not going to look fucking exact.
Like it's why clone, Leia Thompson is still like the lady Marty wakes up next to in the old time West.
Yeah, it's just TV contrivance because they wanted to bring Denise Crosby
back.
But
it makes it even more confusing because you're just like, okay, why does she look exactly like her mom.
Yeah.
Not even like a little bit different
Yeah.
at all.
It's just her mom with the bad haircut and ears.
Yeah, and the fake ears or whatever.
Yes, but that's
so you know what? This is technically a really quick episode. Like technically, because it's a lot of
there's not a whole lot of
there's one main plot and there's 3 very quick subplots. Yeah, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. So let's just kind of go through the subplots and kind of get rid of them. Okay, so we have the Tasha plot, the Tasha 2.0. Yeah. Tosh 2.0, huh?
and it, well, I mean, it sucks because
I get it.
That's a good one. Like it's the cliffhanger that we all like got sold on the next season for, presumably, right? It's like, oh my god, like Tasha's back from the dead. How? She looks like a Romulan. What? And then they have a great explanation for how she exists.
But she literally doesn't play into the plot at all.
It's not the core of the episode at all. And it's like, well, the one way this could be saved in my mind is if this is set up for more action with Tasha later, but I don't feel like it's coming.
And the thing is, it really should have been the core of this episode. You know what really should have been? It should have been every character interacting with Sela and be like, oh my god, you're back.
Yes.
Like when Worf sees her
we'll get to it. Yeah, well, Worf doesn't react at all to seeing her.
Yeah, her video transmission. Like it's clearly because there was a different take in that scene, and that's why he doesn't respond to her. Yeah. But it's just so disappointing that you don't see like Data interacting with her.
Here's my theory about that scene. Worf was all horned up. Remember, he woke up really like you know those cartoons where like the dog's licking the person who's dreaming, and the person's like dreaming they're kissing somebody.
Worf literally has that moment in this episode of one of the Duras sisters.
I know.
When she's he waits way too long to throw her off because he could do it at any time.
And he's like, he's like, what the? Oh my god! But anyway, so. The other subplot is Data taking command of a ship.
Robot racism still exists.
Well, first Picard has a little moment of like, oh shit, I've been racist.
His own robot racism.
He's like, oh fuck, I was racist again.
So he finally puts him in charge of the Santa Maria and the Hermes and the Calvin Klein. And
Nina
so
and the Pinta.
Yeah. I was like, Hermes. I know Hermes.
I mean, there's enough baggage already on the Tiananmen.
I'm so surprised there's one just called Tiananmen.
So
one should just be called World Trade Center.
So Worf Data becomes the captain of one of the ships.
Yeah,
and he goes in there, and this is one racist piece of shit, and he's like, oh, I want to be transferred, and he does a baller move where he's like, oh, okay, well, why? And he's like, well, because I just believe that you're a fucking android, and you're gonna get us all killed because you're a piece of shit, and blah blah blah. And he like says his piece, and then he's like, cool. I reject your fucking.
This is like the most badass Data has been
awesome.
In a while.
Yeah, Data's like, request denied. And I'm like, that's right, motherfucker.
This guy is also such a tool because it's like, I want to request a transfer because an android's coming to command our ship during a blockade post.
I know, right?
We're not even going to war. We're not doing nothing.
You're just sitting there, technically.
Yeah, we're just going to fly in a formation for a little bit. Like, oh my God, I can't listen to a robot.
It's because he's racist.
Also, I was talking with Sarah about it. I was like, at the very least, he could have like done it in private, but he did it like publicly out on the bridge in front of all the other officers.
He was trying to make an example out of Data and be
However,
cruel.
This subplot eventually leads to some weird hyposcasy that ends up really muddling a message.
I know. I don't know. I think that's part of the symptom of it being rushed is that it doesn't like think about what it really means. You know what I mean?
I if I want to give it as much of the benefit of a doubt as I possibly can, I'll give it credit for feeling like real life because I've seen multiple situations where outcomes were favorable but reached with varying methods, and it's just like it just ends up how it ends up. And that's kind of how it feels at the end of all of this. But I just don't want to take a moral from any of it.
I feel like the thing.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You feel like the what?
No, well, I was just gonna say the one thing that makes Data's point not as strong is the one scene where his first officer goes, "Oh shit, this is happening. Turn off all the photon torpedoes."
Yes, exactly.
Blah blah blah. And then Data goes, "Hey, I'm the one who says that. You don't say that, right?
Yeah.
And that makes him seem pedantic more than actually a good leader. I wish it was a different situation. I wish Data said, actually, don't do that. Keep the photon torpedoes online or something, right? And then he protests or something.
He should have been like this, dude. He should have been, no, photon torpedoes online, dude. Turn off all the holodecks, dude, because everyone's gonna stop fucking right now. And then he's like, "You're right, Captain, my captain." You know, he realized that all the humans are fucking just fucking in the holodecks, dude. Mm-hmm. That's what should have happened.
Yeah, so I think that's the one part that muddies the message.
Yeah, that scene really muddies the part where he goes rogue and just does things that he feels is correct and appropriate, which turn out to be correct and appropriate, but he still skirts protocol the same way the other guy was doing, whilst being correct, the same way his underling was.
Picard
and he reprimands his underling, but then he tries to say to Picard, "Hey, I also did the bad thing. I'm here to, submit myself for reprimanding or whatever." And Picard's like, "Nah, you good."
No, but Picard says, he makes that point that has been made for all horrible things that have happened in history, which is, the excuse that I was just following orders. And
right, but I think that was a weird line too, though. That doesn't quite apply here.
Well, that's like the extreme other end of the argument.
But,
it doesn't apply at all.
It makes the point.
He wasn't round up all the fucking Worfians and fucking slaughter them. It's like no one was saying that. No one was.
He was saying, "Hey, we need to regroup because we're not sure what to do next."
Well, I mean, he only presented that as he did present that only as a way to introduce the idea that blindly following orders is not always the way to go, and analyzing the situation as you are presented with those orders is the correct thing to do.
But then the thing is,
outcome.
If Data hears that, you would think then Data might go back to the first officer and then go, "Hey,
that would have helped it for me."
Sorry, I was a little strict.
Fuck that guy. I'm sorry.
That guy had a bad attitude and general thought about the whole thing. But Data was hypocritical in also breaking chain of command. Yeah, it's the issue.
It's called being the fucking captain.
No. He should have said. He should have said. He should have gone back. I agree with Marvin.
No, I do not want to follow you, Sarah.
I agree with Marvin that he should have gone back and been like, "Hey, we both learned from each other and grew." It's almost like this is an episode of something.
Yeah. It's almost like this is some sort of special episode.
Yeah.
It's funny. Michael Dorn actually, when he was talking about this episode, said that he wished the Data subplot was its own whole episode. He said it could have been way more interesting if they allowed that to be explored more deeply.
Yeah.
But
it is interesting to see how people outside the Enterprise react to Android. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of relevant now. We have AI stuff coming up.
Yeah.
A lot.
Large language models are taking over the world very quickly.
We're seeing people's reaction to that live, and
I saw headlines from multiple places just today of Tom Hanks saying so they could probably put me in movies long after I'm dead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's just admitting to they kind of already did that starting with Polar Express.
Yeah, they still have my model in a computer somewhere.
Entirely.
Yeah, and they can and they will, I'm sure.
And then the other subplot is Worf, who I still don't understand how the big titted what's it called?
The Duras sisters.
The Duras sisters.
The ones with the Halloween vampire teeth.
Yeah, I don't know how they plan to. What was their plan? Worf is not like his brother. Let's go seduce him, and then what were they going to do?
Worf is hornier than his brother.
Yeah.
They were really banking on him being horny, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
He's like, you can never seduce the Candy Man.
The Candyman is always sated, but not his brother.
Yeah. What were they planning on doing? Seducing him?
Maybe they're Worf hasn't had a Duras sister before, I don't know.
Worf has never had full Klingon puss before.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you think they were going to both go at it with him?
Oh,
or just one of them?
Oh, I think they were going to do anything and anything.
It looked like they were going to sacrifice B'Etor towards him specifically.
But at the same time, what do they want from him? For them to betray his brother, or they weren't clear on what they wanted.
You are correct. I don't know exactly what they really want from it.
Well, very specific.
I feel like their intent was we just seduce him. And they're like, yeah, and then the Tosh 2.0 was like, but then what? And they're like, well, let's get to the seduction first, and then we'll get to the
D&D campaign.
They're not. I don't think the Klingons are known for their planning and strategy.
I think.
Oh my god! Like in this episode, there was a perfect encapsulation of what we always say about how Klingon society doesn't seem like it should advance at all. It's like when Worf is talking to Curran, it's like, hey, what are you doing drinking with all of these guys who were just trying to kill us? And he's like, hey, we're all Klingons and we're warriors here. Hey, and then Worf is like, hey, so I want to go over some plans and strategies. No, I don't talk about plans and strategies. It's war, man. It's a great time. Let's party.
Yeah.
It's like,
is your heart always filled with duty?
How do you get anything done in this?
And Worf is like, listen, someone needs to like fill out the paperwork. Okay.
Well, that just goes to show what happens later on in the episode, which is he's like, these guys are fucking idiots, dude. They don't like to plan things. All they're doing is fighting
each other.
And
they're just fucking it's crazy.
He's learning he doesn't like Klingons very much at all.
And he's like, and at the end he's like, you know what? All the stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. I'm gonna go back to the Enterprise.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me that's not what happens, dude. That's not what happens, dude.
I mean, half of the Klingon scenes are them just like hitting each other and knocking the shit out of each other, and you're just
apparently
like, okay.
the directions they were given during the bar scene was they're like, get rowdier, hit each other more, headbutt, go crazy. And because apparently the initial versions they were kind of just like shoving each other and drinking, and they're like, no, Klingons hit each other.
It just seems interesting that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about them as a society. Very interesting.
I don't like this culture.
I'm not sure about this culture.
That's always the contradiction. You're always just like, there's no way they could have lasted more than a decade like this. It's like,
and to think that they have a strong alliance with the Federation, I mean, it just feels like they're so different.
Yeah, why would they be the ones to ally with the Federation before like Romulans, who seem to at least think more clearly?
Well, presumably because of Tasha Yar's brave contribution to helping them fight off the Romulans that time.
So
that's why.
So the other storyline is that the whole timey-wimey thing where like Tasha, there's two Tashas, she has a baby, and now this baby is a Romulan and she hates the fucking Federation.
Yeah, she was
and
raped
so
by a Romulan.
She's like, when Picard sees me, he's gonna fucking freak out. And then Picard sees her and he's like, yeah, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
He's like, this is very odd, but we have a plan.
Picard's like, I'm not sure
I don't believe anything you're saying.
Yeah. So that storyline like goes to shit real quick. So
you know what else I don't like about that plot line? Both Guinan and Sela like accuse Picard of like, this is your fault, Picard. You
sent her to the past.
You sent Tasha back, and it's like it wasn't even that Picard one, and also it was Tasha's own wishes.
Yeah, Picard tried to tell her not to do this, and Tasha said no. I really want to go. Tasha was saying
I want my death to mean something. Okay, we'll do it. And for a while, we thought it did.
Yeah.
Turns out it didn't. So here's the thing, is that they blamed him for nothing. They blamed him for nothing. He was innocent. All he wanted to do was drink his Earl Grey tea and,
hot
and not hotbox his fucking room.
Mm-hmm.
And
the concept of Picard like keeping his door closed so you can hotbox in there by himself.
He does it, dude.
Yeah,
of
course.
And then at the end, they set up trap, and Data figures out where the ghouls are because like he follows the fart trail. And then the other guy's like, the other guy changes the guy's mind. And he's like, all right, let's meet up with everybody else. And we did it. And he's like, all right, Captain, my captain. And he gets on top of the chair and he like,
yeah, that's exactly what
it's
happens.
just like Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, exactly.
And so at the end, they beat the Duras, and that puny fucking little bitch, dude, is
the Duras sisters lose instantly because they can't get supplies. They
literally do the thing in cartoons where like they disappear and then like, their little dust kind of like, and they disappear and then they leave the little kid, the idiot, and then Donut, what's his name? Duras? No,
it's Kern.
Kern.
Kern's the
Colonel
brother.
Sanders.
Kern's
Colonel
the brother.
Sanders.
Also, props to Worf for finally winning a goddamn fight.
Oh
Yeah,
he beat the shit out of that Romulan while he was already messed up. For once, he actually like did a fight really well and competently.
Okay, this is 2 for Worf. He did kill Duras.
Yes, true. Yeah, and he killed Duras in the.
But he should win more often, is my point.
Yeah. One of the Colonel Sanders is like, hey, you can kill this kid. Give him your life. And he's like,
that's
I'm gonna kill
Gowron.
him.
Gowron is the leader who's saying,
Yeah,
I will kill
and
him.
he
There's too many names, Marvin. Get it right, dude.
Yeah.
So the head Worfian.
Yeah, the head Worfian.
Worfian Supreme
gives Worf the power to kill this guy. He's like, his life is in your hands, bro. His life is in your hands.
Kill this little boy.
I'm giving you his life.
Yeah, and then he says, nah, I'm out. And then Duras is like, oh, I'll kill him. And he's like, no, he's my slave. I get to do with him whatever I want. And he's like, his life is in my hands. And so he pardons him basically and says, my captain, can I go back?
Yeah. I don't like this planet anymore.
I don't like that Picard took him back right away. He should have been like this. Look, I don't know. There's a lot of paperwork to be filled out, and I don't know like the legalities of it, because you can't just decide to leave and then come back. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
We're a military organization. You can't just go AWOL and then come back.
Yeah, you also did a huge debriefing about your time on Kronos.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Like, what if you're a triple agent now or a quadruple agent? I don't know this. I don't know how the Duras sisters loved you.
Maybe
up,
you're
dude.
a born identity now.
Yeah,
you don't
dude.
know.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what kind of pegging went on, and so
we have no idea.
Yeah, dude. And so he's like, hey, sure. He's like, oh yeah, I'll take you back. And dude, I tell you time and time again, the Federation is fucked, dude. If this is the best of the best, and this is how they're fucking treating this, we're fucked, dude. We're fucked, dude. They are very incompetent. Very incompetent. Yeah. Clearly, fucking Luke Picard is compromised, dude. He has Borg DNA in him. He's compromised. No one's checked his butthole to see if there's any chips in there, and I think he's a danger, dude. Wesley left. He's now going to be part of the Starfleet. He's studying abroad, and no charges were brought up, dude. He's the Kyle Rittenhouse of fucking the Federation, dude. I said it, dude.
I agree.
See, dude?
I agree.
It's one step too real for me.
Somebody needs to be held accountable here.
I know, dude. Here's the thing: is that like they let him go. They let him go. He's a goddamn war criminal, dude.
I will say this. This is not a spoiler, but
no, don't do that. Don't do that to me, Marvin. Don't do that. Don't.
There's
no spoilers. No,
there's something in the future.
There's something in the air, dude. Tonight, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Picard is just. I mean, he's a hypocrite, right? I mean, he's not.
As are all
humans.
Look, here's the thing about this series. I love it, and it angers me at the same time.
Yeah,
I love it, and it angers me at the same time. But I can't stop watching. I got to find out how they're gonna fuck up next week.
I do think part of it is that this episode is it's got too many things in it, so everything's rushed, right? So it's like
there's a lot of major things going on in this episode that could like each of these plots could be their own episode.
Yeah. Like Worf's own personal dilemma with whether he needs to commit to Klingon culture or to Starfleet should be its own
episode. Data, the robot racism needs to be its own episode.
Exploring Admiral Sela as a character should be its own episode. Like,
and also, how do we proceed forward? Right, like now she's out there. Do we just like ride away into the sunset, happy knowing that Tasha's daughter is out there somewhere as a Romulan?
But even if she is, it's just like, well, we don't know anything about you or your life, really. You're just another Romulan with Tasha's face. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, why isn't any of these motherfuckers, especially Data, talking about goddamn time travel all the time? They're like, Data should be like, we have to figure out this fucking equation for time travel because that will be the key. Dude, how is it that fucking Galaxy Quest got it right? Where they're like, hey, this machine lets you go back 15 minutes in time or whatever, 15, whatever. Like literally, there's just enough time to make one little mistake right. And that's what they should be thinking now. Like, hey, we need something that'll just let us go back and figure like a reset button that we could just.
Well, they do. They already have that. It's called just going around the sun. in the Star Trek universe, literally, for some reason, going around the sun sends you back in time. They don't explain very clearly why.
You whip around and
that doesn't make any sense.
It's made extra canonical by Star Trek IV, The Journey Home, where was that what it's called? The Journey Home?
I forget the one with the whales. Only meet Richard Pryor?
My favorite.
Oh no. That's Superman. But I don't.
No, it's the one where George Takei says San Francisco.
Yeah, very happily because when they see San Francisco. But yeah, it's weird. They canonically and it's very openly known that you can go back in time that way.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's why the name of our song for our news recap is Around the Sun.
Oh my God. I learned something today. I had no idea.
Oh my God. I didn't know that either. I
did not know that. I just thought
Marvin, how are we supposed to know? We're newbies, dude.
Yeah, what?
You can't laugh at us, dude.
I thought we explained it once.
I had no idea.
No. I mean, if you didn't know, I would have expected you guys to ask, like, why do we even call it that at some point?
I don't know. I just thought that's what we called it. I didn't even question it.
Well, okay, you know what? To answer Ricardo's earlier question about why everyone isn't talking about time travel, it's that presumably this particular instance and method of time travel was not known to anyone in this timeline currently, except maybe Guinan.
Yeah, and Guinan only has a vague feeling of time travel.
And then what is it with Guinan? She has like intuition. Like, what the fuck? Why does she confront
her understanding of it was about the same as it was in yesterday's Enterprise, though.
Senator Palpatine.
It was similarly vague and contrived.
Later on she takes over the Galactic Senate and she's
she goes, I am now instilling the Galactic Empire.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
Execute Sister Act 2. I'm
feel like
certain I made that joke before.
I was about to say, I think you made this joke before somehow.
It's becoming a favorite.
It's still funny. We still like it. We'll still laugh like it's the first time.
Well, Sister Act 3 now. Sarah. It's now Sister Act 3.
Wait, they're making another one?
Oh, that's coming. Yeah.
They better bring back Kathy Najimy.
Somehow. They'll do it. They'll bring them all back.
And Lauren Hill.
We forgot to mention why Picard is there. It's because they're setting up a net that can detect Romulan ships. That was
using tachyons, which is a nice little extension of what they did in the Manchurian Geordie episode. Tachyons was established as like their communication method.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But we just need to know. They're setting up a net, and that's it. They're just trying to go through.
Yeah. I have a question, though. About that blockade, they pretty much set up like a disc in space.
Yeah.
Couldn't they just kind of float up or down?
That's the problem with any sort of this type of thing in Star Trek. They go like, oh no,
you need a sphere.
There's an asteroid field.
Don't look into it too much.
It's like, just go around it. You're in space.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to protect something that's like a planet, say, you can encase it, like, have a spherical sort of blockade.
Yeah.
But they didn't opt for that.
Well, you know what I thought when I heard blockade? Fucking the Phantom Menace, dude. The goddamn racist blockade, dude.
You know what? I love that conversation Picard has with the Admiral at the beginning at the starbase, where she asks him, like, what are you like proposing? And he goes along this huge explanation about what he's going. And she's a blockade. Exactly. You could have just said that. You could have just said that and saved us like 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, dude. You could have just said, what do you propose? A fucking blockade. Oh, easy. Done. Approved.
Well, you had to see that they're kind of like, he had to get his angry speech out in order to...
I liked how when he says like, hey, how is it that they're being beaten at every turn? And she goes like, some would call it good leadership. And in my mind, I'm thinking, maybe it just collapsed on its own. We can't take that chance. You always say that. I want to take a chance.
This is also the angriest Data has ever been.
Actually. Yeah, it was literally the most barking he's ever done.
He got super mad.
I love that Data stands up for himself. He's like, fuck you. I've been here for a long time.
And that, and that too mirrors the Geordie episode.
You let a goddamn terrorist child fly the ship, dude, and endanger hundreds of thousands of lives. Yet you won't let me command one fucking ship, dude?
During like a blockade.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're literally just gonna fucking park on the highway and block the whole fucking freeway, dude. That's all we're doing.
I mean,
let me drive the truck.
Does also prove that Data is the best captain. Because he was the one able to actually handle all this.
I would definitely volunteer to be on Data's ship.
Well, to be fair,
time and time again, he proves he's the best.
To be fair, you only need like 3 people and Data to fly a ship. Like you don't need
during the episode where everyone was sick. It was just Data.
Yeah,
and he actually did save everyone.
When everyone had to sleep, and Data was like, "Well, I don't have to sleep."
I do it.
Here's the thing: is that all you need to do is bring all the computer panels close to each other. I don't know why they're so far away. First of all. Like it saves so much real estate if they just were closer together. Like I don't understand. There's so much dead space there, dude.
The idea that they only have so many crew members because they can't put their like keyboards closer.
Just get closer. Just get. Yeah.
I love Data.
Compact furniture? No, we don't have the money for it.
No.
I would 100% be on Data's ship every time. Like,
oh yeah, I trust Data.
I feel I'm the opposite of that guy. I feel very safe with Data.
Well, guess what? When ChatGPT comes for you, dude, you just line right up, dude. I'm not going, dude.
You'll be like, Sarah, I thought you were gonna, I thought you trusted them.
Yeah, what if ChatGPT becomes your manager? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, dude.
I love Chat. No,
I mean, so long as the number
Mr.
following it
ChatGPT.
is above 6. ChatGPT 7 and up, I'll follow that.
Yeah, definitely.
ChatGPT 69. That's the
best one, dude. That's when Skynet takes over.
Sign me up.
Like I realized that the ending or the resolution to this episode is very much a mirroring of the Manchurian Geordie, where Data's like, "Oh wait, I figured it out. Hey everybody, do what I say." And he just saves the day because he figured it out and did everything himself.
Yeah.
Also, the final shot of the episode looks kind of like Sins of the Father a little bit. Remember when they were all in a circle and then Worf had to leave with Picard? This time Worf leaves with Picard again, but now everyone's in a circle to kind of like celebrate Gowron's victory, I guess.
Yeah, that was a really weird shot, the last shot.
And then Gowron puts his hand on Karn's shoulder.
On Karn's shoulder. It was so...
It feels a bit like the show is trying to tell us like, hey, all of that stuff with Worf and his excommunication, it's done now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is the conclusion of a long Klingon arc for everyone.
Stop worrying about him. He's fine. Don't worry about him anyway.
They do a lot of end shots with like Klingons in a circle doing some weird weird. I've noticed that. It's like
they need more
very common.
I want to put it out there. If you guys know anybody at the Tapatio company, let us know. I would love to get a sponsorship from the Tapatio company. I
legitimately really love that. If we could somehow do some sort of event with them or something.
Yeah. dude.
Let's do an event where we cover ourselves in Tapatio.
Dude, get a crossover. Get a crossover with Star Trek and the Tapatio guy. And the Tapatio guy has a visor and a red fucking shirt with a little badge.
Oh, that's
I thought you were about to propose like a sombrero where like the brim is a saucer section.
That could be a thing. Could be a thing.
Well, it's got to be more Klingon-centric,
but it just has a long tail.
So.
Well, they've already had sombreros in Star Trek,
That's true.
That's true, yeah.
Courtesy of our good friend Q.
Yeah, our best friend, the character we love.
More than anyone.
I hate Q so much.
Hopefully someone from our listener base works for Tapatio and can hook us up.
Hook us up with Tapatio. We'll do anything.
What should they reach out to? Contact at newbiestartrek.com.
That's Marvin's promise, not mine. Gotta work for it.
I gotta work for Dan to suck your dick, but I'll suck it. I'll do it.
Oh, okay. We got volunteer.
Don't just throw my words back at me like that.
Look, listen, the Tapatio man came up to me and was like, "Hey, let's do it." I'll do it. I'll be right there.
Okay.
I'll get that hot Tapatio hand
or
going.
Tahine. I'll take Tahine too.
Oh yeah, Tahine.
Everyone's a slut for Tahine.
Yeah, dude. All right. Well,
what if
that was redemption.
You dipped your pee-pee in tahini?
Why did I know that was going to be your question?
No.
As soon as you said "what if," I knew that was going to be your question. Why? Why did I know
Would
that?
that hurt? Because you know me so well, and you know that my mind is going to go to like, how would that burn? It probably would.
Yes, it would.
Yeah. Okay. So probably not a good idea.
No, but some people like that. That's their kink for sure. I'm sure there's tahini.
You can't
tahini
shame somebody for their kink, dude.
No.
I like a tahini dipped.
Some people like fucking harp ladies. We gotta let that be.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this a 7.
Yeah, I would also give it a 7. I wish
7
they would
starships.
write. I wish they would write their 2-parters together. I think this is a symptom of them constantly not writing them together.
No, I like this. It really fucks shit up, and I enjoy it.
Because they have to wrap everything up right at the end all together, but then they throw in a bunch of shit in there that they also want to talk about, and it just doesn't work. I think it's just too messy. There's too much going on. There's a lot of good ideas, but they just don't do anything with them, and it's just a shame.
This is a symptom of not keeping it simple and putting too much important shit.
Yeah.
In
Agreed.
In one episode. Like we've said, this could have been many episodes. So I probably give it a 6.
Oh, even lower. All right.
My gut wanted to say 7.5 at first, but the more I think about it, the more I'm sliding down to the 7 with you guys.
Yeah, it's just so imperfect in many ways.
I will bring up one last thing. Mm-hmm. You know how Picard, when he meets with Bev and Deanna right after seeing Sela for the first time, when he dismisses them, it's really weird.
Oh.
The way he goes, he says, I'm not going to change my plans, so we're just going to go on our course. Thank you. And he has this weird, trailing, really quick, mumbly thank you at the end, as though he he was sick of looking at him. I don't know. It was weird.
There's a lot of singles in this shot, single shot, sides, just a coverage of a single character in this episode, where it seems like they're not next to the person they're talking to. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually what's going on, but it seems like Patrick Stewart in particular was talking to lots of people who were not there in lots of shots.
I did notice that there was a lot of reaction shot to Picard in this episode.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's a symptom of what's going on.
Maybe there was a scheduling conflict of some kind, or I don't know. It just seems... I don't know.
It is possible.
I will say, I do like seeing the Duras sisters. They're sexy. So.
You like
they're all right, except for their stupid teeth. Because
she likes
you see how they are.
It's okay, Dan. Dan, that's
trying
not the
their
focus.
hardest to keep them in their mouth.
That's not the focus, Dan. It's a butterface situation.
I mean,
you don't like when she's trying to bite his chin hair, his chin beard.
No, you don't need the face. It's fine.
You don't like when they're putting their whole...
Chimbalian? Or what are they called?
Even while they're offering me to even while they're personally offering me to tutor the stupid little kid.
That's their sexy proposal. It's
hey, do you want to become his
godfather? Do you want to be his dad?
Do you want to be a dad? Do you want to be a papa and get these extra wallets? We'll give you these extra wallets.
Yeah, that's what
Let us see your skin, Worf.
Yeah.
We can make a nice dick skin wallet for you for Papa Day.
Okay. All right. Redemption Part 2.
Now that we've lost our sponsorship.
We finished it. Good job, Redemption Part 2.
We finished our sponsorship with Extra today.
Yes. Just cut ties. Right.
Father's Day.
Any percent run.
We did it, everybody. So that was an episode of Newbie Star Trek. We're back, everyone. Yay.
Season 5, let's go.
Let's go, Season 5.
Listen. Y'all want to give us a rating?
And what, how many years now? How many years have we been doing this? Feels like
we
forever.
started in 2020, September?
No.
I think so. I think we're
that was
during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was during the pandemic. So we're approaching.
What else were we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
I felt like you guys were doing it before. Obviously, I can't.
No, we weren't. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys, listening want to give us a rating on Spotify or a review on Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict, or leave a comment on the YouTube version if you're listening to that.
Yeah, we love that. We love comments. We
do
love
that
emails.
stuff if you want to. It's up to you. You do what you want to do. It's your life. It's your
you do
time.
you.
Just for my own vanity, I'll say I love whenever I see timestamps.
Oh.
I love seeing timestamps because I never remember what we're saying. And when someone just tells me exactly what they were reacting to, it's like, oh, okay, now I get what.
Yes, please, yeah. If you're giving us comments in the YouTube version, especially since now YouTube has the easy timestamp feature, let us know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, if there's anything in particular that you really want to make sure that we understand what you're saying, then timestamp is helpful.
I don't remember anything from yesterday, let alone a podcast.
I mean, I don't remember what I said 2 minutes ago. So
yeah, so we need a little context sometimes. But also, if you want to send us a message more directly so that we might share it out loud on the podcast, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. So this email this week comes from someone named Eric. I believe Eric is from Hawaii. So I believe that's where this email is coming from.
Living in paradise, living our dream.
I know.
Oh,
so
shaka, bruh.
Hello, newbie Star Trek. I love your show. It lets me feel like I'm watching Star Trek again for the first time.
Yeah.
I also love all your tangents. For me, this is exactly what Star Trek is about, generating this discussion that can head into crazy but amazing directions. I had some other comments that come to my brain while I listen at work, but then I forgot them. Also, Google Translate disagrees with my Japanese translation of goat in the water. I took some liberties as I speak Japanese, but that's not important. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Regarding the Universal Translator, for Starfleet personnel, it is contained in their comm badges. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, what? Also, really?
It has the Universal Translator and a condom.
Oh, okay.
It just pops open for one
universal condom and translator.
Yes,
but it also has the Phillips head on the tip.
Oh, it's a universal condom.
It's
any alien species.
Yeah, any species.
It's an EDC condom.
Yeah.
Love it.
It is contained in their comm badges, and also the intent part, if I remember correctly, was to work around the fact that when a character mixes in words in multiple languages, the UT knows, in quotes, not to translate it. Otherwise, you would hear things like the tar pits. He's talking about the La Brea tar pits. Mm-hmm. He says, I'm from the Angels. So he's from Los Angeles. Okay. Or we would indeed eat from the crazy chicken. The Pollo Loco. Also, I agree with the assessment that Data does have emotions. I always thought, headcanon, that Sung still put the emotions there, but put a firewall around it to prevent a second lore. That emotion chip would allow him to breach that firewall. So anyway, keep up the great work. LLAP, live long and prosper. Eric Takasugi. P.S. Don't tell my boss I listen at work. PPS. The Sith language was one of the 6 million forms of communication C-3PO could understand. They had to do that reset restore because his programming didn't allow him to translate the language. They had to hack the firewall. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, whatever.
That's true.
That's still stupid, though.
I remember C-3PO could he's like, I know all the Kama Sutra and that secret Jedi language. and then they didn't want him because he was very sexual, dude. You notice in the first 6 movies,
so he was like ChatGPT without a filter.
Yeah. And he's like, I would finger bang her, and he's like C-3PO, you can't say that,
Oh my god!
And so they put a firewall. They put a firewall on him, and they're like, you can't say that, dude, and you can't talk the Jedi language. And he's like, but that's how I get the ladies.
He's like, my name is C-3PO, human cyborg relations.
Yeah, he's like, I like to gene jam.
Well, don't worry, Eric. Your Himitsu is safe with us.
Yeah.
Aha.
Wow. Thank you for your email, Eric. I
don't
love
know.
That.
You mentioned Pollo Loco, and now I want the Pollo Loco. So thank you for that. I never want
a Pollo Loco. No.
Why, dude? Who hurt you?
Pollo Loco. A Pollo Loco hurt me. Yeah, with their dry
we
chicken.
can't agree on restaurants. Oh my god, we have a problem. Yeah.
Fucking. Oh my god, you're gonna piss me off, Marvin. you go to one Pollo Loco, dude, that has dry chicken. They overkick. Dude, why would you go to a Mexican chicken place and order the whitest thing you could find, dude?
Yeah,
the whitest thing, mac and cheese, dude.
Oh, yeah, that. What the fuck?
Technically, the blackest thing, because mac and cheese was invented by a black chef. But
who took it and stole it? the whites, dude.
Exactly.
So here we go.
That's not where you wanna. That's not what you want to be ordering.
Yeah, did you want to order some rice and some fucking chicken, dude?
There's so many good chicken options in LA. There's no need to go.
Pollo Loco is delicious, dude.
So, Sarah would want us to go to El Pollo Tropical instead, where
Pollo Tropical, chicken on the grill.
Yeah, apparently Florida.
For all my Pollo Tropical people in Florida.
In my area, we have a Juan Pollo.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a really good one too.
In your area, you also have an Ed taco.
I don't think it's actually in my area. That was actually an anecdote from a teacher.
Oh, okay.
Ed taco.
Yeah,
man.
it's a good story behind that. Maybe I'll tell it someday.
Hey.
No, I'm hungry.
All right, we're hungry, so let's go wrap up so we can eat some food.
El Pollo Loco and Taco Bell and Burger King.
But not Del
All of our
Taco.
future sponsors. Come on.
Listen, y'all want to check
we'll
out...
take McDonald's too.
We'll take
it all.
fries.
We'll take it all.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, get fucking McGriddles. Oh, I'll eat those all day. Oh yeah.
The spicy chicken nuggies are delicious.
Oh yeah. I want the weird gristle.
Oh, Marvin's been into what? Chicken fries from BK.
Oh, yeah, Burger King chicken fries.
Wow.
Spicy
Really like
chicken
those?
fries.
They're okay. They're
They're
just weird chicken nuggets. That's all.
They're like
chicken
well,
fries.
they're spongier than that, but
They are spongier too. Yeah. They remind me of like chicken nuggets you get from freezer.
we need to rename ourselves to Newbie, Star Trek, and fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that like half of it is my fault, but like I could.
Anyway,
Your fault for liking Del Taco.
y'all wanna see other stuff we do, just head on over to featureframes.com. We got all these links to all these things that we do.
Please do. We do so much other stuff.
We don't do anything.
Maybe we did.
Yeah.
We did, but there's things you can listen to there if you want
There's
to.
lots of stuff.
And also next week we're watching one of my favorite episodes of all time, Darmok.
Really?
You say that on every episode.
No, I
Marvin.
don't. No, I don't.
You do.
I
You
love
do say
Darmok.
that.
You're like, measure
Darmok
of
is
man.
great.
Measure of man.
Darmok and
My
Jalada
favorite episode of all
Tanagra.
time.
Temba,
Who
his
the fuck
arms
are
wide.
these people? I don't even know what you're saying. Are you speaking English?
Exactly. Neither does Picard. He has no idea either.
What you're quoting is starting like is ringing a bell in my head. So that's exciting to finally know the source of that thing I've been hearing forever.
This is also the episode where for a very, very long time, I thought one of the other main characters was actually James Avery, aka Uncle Phil, in alien makeup.
Is
It is not.
Uncle Phil
It is
in
not.
here?
But
No.
it's
Oh,
not. It isn't
God.
him.
God
but I
damn
thought
it,
for
Marvin.
like a decade, I thought this was Uncle Phil.
Okay, I'm
Oh my
like, without knowing anything else, I'm going to watch the episode, and I'm going to have to come back to you next week
Yeah.
or our next recording and tell you whether or not you're being racist.
Either. I don't know why. I thought it
You're
was
probably
Uncle
being
Phil.
racist.
But all right. Well,
Now I'm super curious. Yeah.
Well,
Everybody-
while we're on the topic, I'm just going to throw out the best fact there is about James Avery. He was the original voice of Shredder in the 80s, 90s cartoon of
They
Ninja
never
Turtles.
let me have any fun.
You never let me have any fun.
All right.
It was
See you
great.
guys next week, everybody. Stay safe.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Buongiorno.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Bye.
He came by our school once. It was great. He was just walking around, just hanging out.
That sounds kind of creepy, dude.
Oh, he was visiting. He wasn't just like some creeper.
He's a pervert,
Yeah.
dude.
Wait,
You
why
need
is he
to
in
word that
school?
better.
Yeah.
Who was he visiting? Question mark.
I think
The kids.
The ladies.
Marvin, this guy's a pervert, dude.
no. Oh, I don't want to besmirch the legacy of James Avery.
Don't-
This
cut-
Okay.
cut this
No,
out,
no,
dude.
no,
Cut this
no.
out, dude.
Think back
Let's
to
end this.
mounds of pillowy potatoes.
little
Bye,
tiny
everyone.
onions
Bye.
floating in a sea of cream sauce.
We love you. Bye. Next time.
Bye.